AEW Unrestricted, the official podcast of all elite wrestling, where the best wrestle. You've got Aubrey Edwards and you've got Will Washington. We are your co-hosts here talking to awesome talent, awesome backstage staff. We talk to everybody at AEW, and it's a crazy time at AEW. I feel like we say that a lot, but like Dynamite just celebrated its 300th episode.
300 episodes.
300.
That is such a milestone when you think about the history of professional wrestling and how few shows ever make it there. And we have. Dynamite has made it to 300.
I mean, it's not airing like till, this weekend, but we also did Collision 100. Like, knowing that that's a thing too. Like, we've got 2 shows that are in triple digits. This is wild, bro.
It's crazy. And don't forget, folks, that AEW Unrestricted, the official podcast of All Elite Wrestling, is presented by Upper Deck. Collect your favorite wrestlers in 2025 Upper Deck AEW and start your trading card collection today. Unwrap, autograph, memorabilia, or premium tech inserts. Visit upperdeck.com to learn more.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so much to do at AEW. I know that we're slowly approaching All In. We're like a little over a week away. I'm so excited. I'm flying my mom out. I'll probably regret that later, but I'm super stoked. There's so many awesome opportunities. I think this is actually the first time we're getting all of the refs on an All In too.
Yeah, no, honestly, like this is an incredible time. I'm doing the same thing, by the way. I'm bringing my family to All In. I was like kind of contemplating not doing so. And then I was talking to Amanda the other day and she was like, I'm bringing the kids and my kids are good friends with her kids. And so I was like, okay, I got to bring the family. So we're going to do that. And I'm really excited. And I can tell you're excited about things, particularly this episode of the show. There's been this excitement kind of surrounding you kind of all day. And I could see it in your face. Why are you so excited?
Oh my God. Okay. I am so excited. I am excited today to have one of my cohorts. He is one of 7 of our referee team. He is one of the 5 bald refs we have. 5, 4. It's hard to keep track because all of you just look so good even without hair. We have Brandon Martinez here today, and he's like my ref little brother. And I'm so excited that you said yes to this and that you're here. And how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. I'm excited. I'm grateful to be here, and just thank you guys for the invitation.
Yeah, I know, right? Like that's my favorite thing about Brandon is like we talk about being grateful in wrestling for like the job that we have all the time, but I think that Brandon is the guy that like embodies that. Is that he's just always so thankful for every opportunity. He's killing everything that he like comes across. And it's just like, he's a good locker room guy, if that makes sense. And if you're in wrestling or in sports, like you understand what that means, that it's like, yeah, he's good, positive energy, always fantastic to have around, and just like awesome to see the growth that he's had over the time that he's been here. So Brandon, let's just get started. How did you end up at AEW?
Oh man. It's a wild story, actually. So I was originally a law enforcement officer. I did that for like 5 years. And then I felt like, man, what I'm doing, I can do more. I can do so much more. I don't feel like I want to be stuck in this cycle that I'm in. So, I reached out to my cousin Eddie, who obviously works for WWE. And all he did was instruct me in which school I should go to. So, yeah, he was like, I can't do it for you, but I can tell you which direction you can go. And from there, it's all up to you. I was like, bet, say no more. Let me know what I got to do and I'll do it. So with that, he introduced me to Pat Buck. He has a school, WrestlePro in Rahway, New Jersey. And I started that. I started training, learning to take bumps, learning to do the rolls and all that. And from there, I started in March 2022, and I originally didn't start refereeing until June of 2022. Yeah. 10 months later from there, I actually get a call from Pat Buck, and Pat Buck asks me, and it's funny because it was the same weekend as WrestleMania. I was originally going to go to WrestleMania, and he asks me, hey man, what are you doing this weekend? I'm like, oh, I don't got much going on, just, going to Mania.
Just straight up lie.
Yeah. But I was just like, oh, why? Do you need something? Like, if there's anything that you need from me, I can make it work. And then he was like, yeah, I was just wondering, did you want to, ref for Ring of Honor? I was like, I like my chest just went straight to my ass. Straight to my ass? Oh, I was like, sorry. Can I curse? Like,
Yeah,
Yes,
you're good.
yes, yes, yes.
okay,
It's
my heart
unrestricted.
dropped. Awesome. My heart dropped. It went straight to my ass. I was like, I took a pause and I was like, absolutely. Like, where do I have to do? Where do I have to go? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I'm gonna speak to Bryce and he's gonna take care of the travel and we'll see you there, basically. Um, so that was a Friday. That Friday when I get there, it's basically like, here's your shirt, here's your radio, sink or swim. I did speak to you briefly prior to that, and I was like nervous as all hell. And it was like the first official time that I've ever got to actually ref in front of like with TV production and all that stuff. So that was just like intimidating. But I went out there, I did the best that I could, and from there, little did I know that was actually a tryout. Then I got another call like a week later, like 10 days later, and Pat Buck called me. He was like, "Hey, how do you feel about doing AEW Rampage, refereeing for Rampage?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, man, I'm there. Let's do it." I do Rampage. Everything goes well. And then at the end of April, he calls me. He was like, "Hey, man, how would you like to work for All Elite Wrestling?" And man, the rest was
Oh,
history. So with 10 months experience, it was sink or swim, and then straight to the big leagues.
like that's my favorite part of this because I thought my trajectory was super fast because I was at AEW after only being here 2 years. And I'm like, nope, Brandon beat me. There we go.
But I always cling on to you because it's like you learned on the go as well. So
Hmm.
it's like it could be so stressful and so frustrating in a way where it's like I love what I'm doing, but it's like I want to get better, and I'm constantly looking for ways. So I always cling to you because you've been there, you've done that.
Well,
Very
one of the
much
things you mentioned, and I actually didn't know this prior to this, it wasn't in my notes, but you mentioned your cousin Eddie refereeing
Yes,
over in WWE.
that's correct.
So talk a little bit about that, especially considering how quickly you moved on to being a television referee. Do you guys talk about that much at all? Do you guys compare notes? Like, how has that been?
Yeah, so man, he motivated me in such a great way because we both come from essentially was like it's Newark, New Jersey, and Newark, New Jersey is like the hood. So we both come from there, and a lot of people don't make it out of the hood and actually have a good career. So he motivated me in a way where I was like, damn, like if he can do it, I can do it too. Why not? So I just wanted the guidance, but I also didn't want him to feel like uncomfortable in a way to where like oh he's trying to take. I didn't want him to have the like to think that I was trying to take advantage of him or anything like that or
right.
any of his connections. So I was like, just tell me where to go, and I'm gonna work my ass off until I get to where I want to go, where I want to be. And he was very, very important in that journey because he always gave me advice. I would always text him, and we still speak to this day though. And we always, it's just obviously it's two different, completely different companies. So he's always telling me, hey, speak to the people. I will always guide you with whatever advice you need, but speak to your people there that are there. The refs that are there, your coworkers. Always ask people with experience because it's a completely different company and of how we do things. So yeah, that really helped me. That really helped me get out of my comfort zone and speak to everyone that that I possibly can, that I felt comfortable with, that I had some type of a rapport. Aubrey's been pivotal in that sense. Stefan as well. Those are
Oh my
like my
God.
go-tos. And then yeah, and then like if there's anything where there's a gray area, I always go to Paul and Bryce. Like, hey man, there's a gray area. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, man. But the team has been super helpful in helping me learn each and every day. And when sometimes it's so easy to get caught up when you make an error on live TV. So there'll be times where I'll hit up Eddie, and he's always been good with reminding me. Like shit happens. Sometimes you just gotta
Hmm.
put your best foot forward and make the best of what you have.
I'm going to tell my version of your story of you coming on from my perspective. I don't know if I've told you this, but I remember watching Ring of Honor and seeing you on, and I text Paul. I'm like, "Who is this guy?" do we like him? He goes, well, he's doing the lucha guys, and we really needed someone who could speak Spanish. And like, I've been learning Spanish for a long time. Shout out to Brandon for correcting my bad grammar when it happens. But we needed someone who was fluent, because we started bringing all these new luchadors in, and we really wanted them to feel comfortable. So it was great having someone who could just speak their language, and seeing him now like hanging out in catering with all these guys. It's like, oh yeah, no, they're the lucha guys, even though Brandon's like one of the ref guys, right? So I'm like, okay, we like this guy. Okay. He shows up at Rampage, and I asked Pat, I'm like, how hard can I go on him? He goes, give him all the feedback you can. I'm like, all right, I got this. And then I'm watching this going, oh, I don't have a ton. I have just like the little things that are like TV specific. And I sent Pat this big thing after. I was like, here's all the feedback I gave him, but he's really good. He goes, he's only been doing this like a couple months. I go, dude, I was here after 2 years. And he goes, oh, okay. And I think that's like the pivotal, like you mentioned it, like just being ready and being thrown into the fire. Like, you don't know when the opportunity is going to come along, but you just have to be ready for it. And I think you are one of the best examples of doing that and just like knocking it out of the park. So I've told you often, and as much as I can, how much I love you and how proud I am of you. But like, oh man, like you're my freaking favorite, and I love it.
I appreciate you.
You know, of course, we're talking about the ups and downs of refereeing. You unfortunately got to experience one of the downs this past December, where you sustained an injury, a torn labrum in the ring. Was it at Hammerstein?
It was Hammerstein. Yep, ballroom.
Can you walk us through the injury? How did you? At what point did you know it was serious?
Well, I kind of knew right away. So I went down. I was doing Mansoor versus Atlantis Jr. that match, and I went down for the first pinfall, and immediately as I slapped my wrist slapped the mat, I just immediately like kind of bent over, and I knew something's not right. But as I go to count for 2, I get like stuck up here, so the timing is completely off, and I kind of got scared. I kind of panicked, and I was like, "Doc," and then midway, I was like, "Hold on, let me take a breather," and I said, "This, never mind, Doc." I took a deep breath, and right as they're like rustling, I popped my shoulder back into place. Then I go for the second pinfall again, immediately forgetting what just happened, because I was just like, you know what? I popped into place. I'll be fine. Let's just keep it going. So once I go down for the second pinfall, it pops again. It comes out of place again. So I'm like, at that point, I'm hot. I'm like, like hitting it, and I pop it back into place. And then it happens again to me on the third time. But the third time was weird. All I did was lift the winner's hand, and as soon as I pointed, it just completely like, I was like, okay, so that's how I knew it was really bad. At that point, I went to go. I spoke to Doc, and he told me, man, I should just put some ice on it and see how I feel in a little bit. He honestly did not want me to go back out there, but I had one more match, and I had a tag team match for the bull rope. It was Dustin and Sammy Guevara's match, and I really wanted to do it. I've never done a bull ropes match, so I just said, screw it, let's tough it out and let's go out there and finish. And because I don't want to leave the team hanging either, there's too much chaos. So we got through it, and from there, I everything after that match, like everything started to sink in, and I realized like, damn, I'm really hurt, I'm really injured, I'm gonna have to take some time off. So I went to the doctor. They told me popping it back into place 3 times probably wasn't the smartest idea. And they told me I'd have to either get surgery, be out 6 months to a year, or do physical therapy and get a cortisone shot, which I chose to do that, so that way I could be back in 4 months. Through that time, it was kind of rough because I started to feel depressed. I started to miss everything that was happening. I started to drink like crazy. Man, I was in a bad space. Aubrey was always there checking up on me. Turner as well. Like, man, I felt like I had the support system. I just wasn't taking advantage of it. I had my family as well. I had my girlfriend as well, but it was just, I was too caught up in my mind. I was too like in my own thoughts. And after some time, I just like, man, I can't do this any longer. I gotta get back to it. I gotta focus. You know what I'm saying? I dug deep into my faith. I started training, and everything started to fall into place after that, man.
So happy. And then like it was really cool seeing you at Double or Nothing. And I remember us taking that big referee picture of like, this is the first time we're all together since November. Like
Yeah,
it was so just like, he's back. We are whole again. This is
yeah.
wonderful.
Oh man, I missed it
All
so
right.
much.
I know. I'm so happy you're back. We've got lots more to talk about on Unrestricted. We got to take a quick break. So stay tuned as we're talking to referee Brandon Martinez.
AEW Unrestricted. It's Aubrey, it's Will, and it's our guest, referee Brandon Martinez, part of our incredible referee team here at All Elite Wrestling. And you were just talking a little bit about, we just talked about the injury and what led to the injury, and you were kind of starting to talk a little bit about the recovery and rehab. Kind of talk about a little bit more. Can we expand upon kind of what that experience was like and what the journey was like on your way back to your return to Double or Nothing?
Yeah, so it was rough. It was rough to get back into the headspace of trying to eat right again, trying to work out, you know what I'm saying, and really locking in. Like I knew that I wanted to be back as fast as possible, but I found myself I would even go as far as saying to say that I was depressed and I didn't know how to handle that. I didn't know, like there was times where, um I'd have to like call the doctor, like my therapist, and be like, "Hey man, like I'm really struggling and I need to get through this." So he's been my therapist has been he's been very important in that process as well, just trying to get my mental right. And a lot of prayer. It took me a lot of prayer. I'm a man of faith, so it took me a lot of prayer and a lot of like locking in. And thank God, like my girlfriend's been super supportive too, and she's just been like speaking life into me in a way. And yeah, man, just from there, once I knew that I could depend on the people that I have, that includes my team of refs. Like it just made everything so much easier for me to lock in. And so it took like 3 days out of the week of physical therapy. Um, it took eating right, and really the hardest part was just getting my all of the mental struggles that I was having, getting all of that in order. From there, man, I was just so anxious to be back. I was texting Doc every day, like, "Hey, man, I think I'm good to go." You know what I'm saying? And after a while, like he was like, "Don't rush the process. The process, it's better that you come back healed than to come back and then get re-injured." So I was like, you know what, you're absolutely right. So I just did my best to just take my time, and then I finally got that text from Paul, and I knew it was a wrap. Like, we're back. Let's go.
Oh man, like that's one of the things too is like this ref team is so tight knit. Like I've worked in previous industries and now I'm here and I have different teams I work with at AEW, but there's just something about the ref team that is so supportive. And I always joke that like our group chat is the most supportive group chat of all of the group chats at AEW I have. Like we just constantly tell each other like, "Hey, you're killing it. Hey, I love you. This is great." But then also
Yeah.
here's the card for Dynamite tonight and here's the assignments. So it's like part business, part like, homies all hanging out with each other. It's just
Yeah.
really awesome. And one of the things I love is that we kept you as a part of that during your injury process. Like we didn't block you out. We're just like, nope, we're going to keep you here. We're going to text you and whatnot. And
Yeah.
I want to talk, speaking of texting, I want to talk about one of my favorite moments that I've ever had where early on when you were starting, like, and every ref knows this, tag team matches are really friggin' difficult. Like there's just a whole, like you lose half the ring, you suddenly
Hmm.
have to have your head on a swivel. Like singles
Hmm.
matches are already hard enough, but the moment you add like those three, like those two other people, it just complicates everything exponentially. And I remember Brandon telling me like, "Dude, I'm having a hard time with tag teams, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Wait until you work with FTR. It'll all make sense." And then I remember I'm at the gym with Hobbs one day and the group chat comes in and Brandon's name is next to FTR. And I side text like, bro, what's happening? Like, what's going on? Oh my God, are you excited? And I remember at the end of the day, you come out after the ring and you're just like, it all makes sense now. And
Yep.
it was awesome. So
Yeah.
talk about a little bit about learning from all of the awesome talent we have at AEW and just some of those experiences, whether it's single or tag or just the things that you've learned and from all of our awesome people.
Yeah, so I feel like you're absolutely right. The FTR match really, man, that's helped me so much and connected so many dots. As far as obviously the authority that I have as a referee, but also the psychology of it all. Because I was like, bro, like I don't. It's just a lot. And then
It's so hard.
yeah, and then like trying to keep track of who's legal and who's not because things can get a little bit fuzzy out there and you know it was rough, but they've been very, very. Not only have they been supportive, they've also like take their time. Like they're super approachable. You can go to them for advice, and I feel like that's exactly what I needed. Like oftentimes when you're new to the business, you don't know how everything goes. I found myself in I found myself stuck more than one time because it's like, damn, I need advice. I want to get better, but I don't know if I should go up to that person and bother them. I felt like every time I was asking a question, I was bothering people, and I didn't know how to like navigate that. But man, they made it so much easier, and I feel like after working with them, I've improved significantly.
Oh, you have.
The only thing is, there are still things obviously we can that I can improve on, and I intend to do that. But I just feel like every talent that I get to work with, I always learn something new, and that's the most important thing to me. Like I never want to get complacent. Like WrestlePro has always said, you never get complacent. The moment you start to feel like things are going your way, something ends up happening, and a mistake can occur or something, and you learn from it. So um, I feel like a lot of the talent has helped me. They have helped me. Speaking of Danny Garcia too, has helped me a lot. Let's see. There's been a couple of people working with Anthony Bowens as well.
Mhm.
When he was in the duo too, it's been
Mhm.
good working with him because it's just a different like the way obviously everybody puts the match together is different. So it's a different dynamic, and yeah, I'm just constantly looking to learn and improve, and I feel like I learned a lot from that. I've also learned a lot from the match of alone of Mercedes Moné versus Stephanie Vaquer for the simple fact that it was my very first match being on the main card, and being able to be trusted with that responsibility and being able to like actually that woke me up, and that's like, damn, like I'm meant to be here, like I can do this. Like sometimes you'll mess up and you'll create that doubt, and it's like, damn, like am I built for this? And it's hard to navigate through that, but that match has really shown me a lot, and it's really shown me that thank you to AEW, Tony Khan, obviously, and Pat Buck, and all of you guys for allowing me the opportunity to have a match like that, because it's also improved the lucha matches that I do. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So it was just there's so many people that's willing to help, and it's been a blessing, man. To be honest.
Well, I want to switch the gears then a little bit because one of
Okay.
my favorite things in the million conversations I've had with Aubrey is when there's always going to be those moments of improvement and things where things didn't necessarily go the way you expected them to. But then there's those moments where she comes back through the curtain and she's just like, "Oh my God, that was incredible." And I know you've had those moments as well. I want to talk a little bit about those moments where it's almost just like, I can't believe this is what I get to do for a living. I got to be right in the middle of what just took place right in front of me. What was that first moment like for you?
Oh man, that first moment for me. Damn, there's so many. I mean, the very first moment for me, if I'm being honest, would have to be Stephanie Vaquer versus Mercedes Moné. But
Mhm.
also the second one for me, well, it goes hand in hand because it's not only that one, but it's also when Sting retired, because it's
Mhm.
like, bro, I've as a kid I've seen him wrestle, and just to be there was like this dope shot of that we took when all the talent came back up to the ramp, and everyone was clapping for Sting, and there you just see me looking like a complete goofy faced and just looking at Sting like clapping, and I'm just like, damn, like I cannot believe this. And that right there was really the moment where I was like, man, this is wild. It's a wild ride, bro. Like, I don't know. I feel like every single day that I get to do what we get to do is still so new to me. So I'm still like, yo, I can't believe I'm getting paid to do this. This is
Mhm.
wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, and it's always the little thing that reminds you. Just when you start to think like, no, this is what I do. This is normal, my everyday thing. No, man, it's just wild. I'm trying
Oh
not to
man.
lose that because it's so
Right?
easy to lose that. Like,
It's really easy to lose that. Like I'm 6 years in at AEW, like almost 8 years total, and it's just like it's sometimes you have those ups and downs. Like you get in that
yeah,
wrestling funk, and you have to have that really awesome moment, whether it's like Sting retiring and really realizing like the impact you can have on people, or those like major title matches or major moments on a show that just like really trigger that like. Oh my God, I literally get to yell at half naked people for a living. And someone
yeah,
flies me around the world to friggin' do it. And this is insane
facts.
and wild. And it's so cool. And there's more we got to talk about on Unrestricted. We've got Brandon Martinez, recently back from injury and absolutely killing it. Here, stay tuned after the break.
This is AEW Unrestricted. It's Aubrey Edwards, it's Will Washington, and our guest, Brandon Martinez, part of our amazing referee team. And speaking of which, as we've mentioned here on this show, AEW Unrestricted, sponsored by our good friends at Upper Deck. And looking at our Upper Deck cards, I managed to go through the slew of cards that are on my desk right now, and I managed to pull the majority of the team. I didn't get everybody, but I want to go through the members of our team here, and I want you to kind of give us a little bit of your experience with them and what they've kind of taught you. And so we'll go with the first one here. We've got Stefan Smith.
Oh,
Stefan. Oh man. Stefan is dope, man. I feel like I have a great relationship with him, friendship with him, and he's been important to me, man, because it's like I try to learn a little bit from everybody, but he's the guy that I feel like when it doesn't matter like what he's doing, like everyone's super accessible, but he'll like literally stop and tell me what I need to do really, really quickly and give me like a quick summary of whatever whatever questions I may have. And I just find that to be so dope. And not only that, he'll give me like a quick summary of whatever I need to do if he's in a rush. And then later on in the night, he'll rewatch my match and then tell me, hey man, you could do this better. Cause I know like, it's so sometimes you go out there and you think you're doing what you want to do prior to the match, but then when you get out there, like so much chaos can happen and you have to be able to adapt and whatnot. So he's really, really good at getting back to me in the messages, even if he doesn't respond like right then and there in the same spot. So I'll always appreciate him for that.
oh man.
Love it.
Yeah.
Rick Knox.
Oh, Rick Knox. That's OG. That's OG, man. I love Rick Knox, man. Oh boy. Nah, he's dope. I really he's so cool because he has a different understand. He's working with the lucha guys a lot. I feel like he doesn't get enough credit for that, and I go to him a lot. And when I have certain like weird spots, especially when there's like Mexican rules and stuff like that, so I feel like he's very dependable in giving me the advice that I'm looking for as far as lucha matches goes. His and I relationship, I have a relationship with everybody, but his and I is a little bit more professional than it is personal.
Well, Paul Turner.
That's the guy, bro. That's the guy. My God. Turner is the man. He will, like, throughout the whole process while I was injured, he was hitting me up every week, like, and every show day, like, he'll hit me up, he'll check on me randomly, even if he doesn't, like, I'll hit him up, and then he'll take, like, 5 hours to respond, but I'm like, nah, bro, he's busy. He'll be, he'll get to me when he gets to me. But he's just so reliable. He's always there. He's, like, the number one dependable guy. So I appreciate him for that.
He's our fearless leader. He's so
Man,
great.
yeah.
I tried my best to hunt for the card, and I don't have it, but I'd be remiss to not mention Bryce Remsburg.
Bryce is the man. Bryce is cool. Bryce is dope. I feel like he's helped me when I messed up. I'll go to him a lot. And he's like, just forget about it. Just forget about it. I just act like it didn't even happen. Learn from it. I'd be like, learn from it, but just forget about it. It's fine. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And I just love like his attitude, because I was like, man, I wish I could react like that when I'm like down and out. But he has like the most positive outlook, and being someone that's been heavily criticized, like he can take the punches and he knows exactly what to say. And aside from giving me the advice that I'm looking for, he's so good at uplifting just by his mannerisms or the way his attitude, and I'll always be grateful for that.
Well, we're gonna pretend she's not here, but referee Aubrey Edwards.
Oh man, Britt has been my rock, man. Britt has been my rock. I ain't even gonna lie, like I could speak to her about any and everything, and not only does she make it super entertaining, but she has just a dope logical output, a mindset on things. Where I find myself emotional, she's more logical. So it's like, damn, like I can be like down on myself a little too much because I want things to be perfect, but she always has the right response. And she makes me feel good. Like I love her energy. I love being around her. And it's just dope. I know that I can always count on her. And yeah, I love you.
I love you. Oh my God.
Well, and finally, what's your feedback on this guy right here?
Oh, look at
Brandon Martinez.
That's fire.
We got the Allure card here. Look at that. Nice, shiny.
Sparkly.
Shiny
like his personality.
Yeah. I need that, bro. Oh man, I have so much more to learn. I need to get out of my shell more. I can be very like I could be very closed off, but it's not because of arrogance or cockiness or anything. It's just like I'm an introvert for the most part, so it's really hard. I'm learning to be more social with people, and it's been a long process because and I've gotten hurt a lot in the past, so I kind of have this like wall up that I need to like. This is a team. We're a teamwork. With this, we need teamwork is essential in wrestling. So I need to learn to be more social, and also learn to manage the relationships that I have. I've got so much more work to do and so much to learn, but I feel like I try to do my best to just be positive in general, whether it's through, I don't know, giving people advice, or whether it's through posting on social media. Like I get a lot, I'm sure as we all do, I get a lot of messages on social media, of people asking for opportunities, of people asking, so I do my best to not forget the next generation to a certain degree, and give whatever advice I can based off whatever I learned. So I just, I try to give back in whatever way I can, without like promising anything, and without like, because I'm still learning myself. So there's only so much I can do. So yeah, I just say Brandon Martinez, work in progress.
I like that you're so humble in this. Like, I have so much to learn, but you're still keeping in mind the people that are like coming up behind you, right? Because it's one thing to like enjoy wrestling. It's another thing to leave wrestling better than you found it. It's an absolutely incredible thing. And I feel like that as referees is sort of like our unspoken responsibility, because it's such a unique job. Like with the number of wrestlers we have at AEW, we only have 7 referees. So that's a lot to handle, and it's a lot of pressure. We're handling, what's going on in a match. We're handling any medical issues that come up. We have production yelling times at us that we have to relay to other people. We're trying to have conversations with other people. And then at the same time, Tony's telling you in your ear, let's fucking go. So you're like handling all of that, right?
It's wild, bro. It's wild.
And by the way, I didn't want to leave out, because I only mentioned 6 referees there. I did not want to leave out Mike Posey.
Posey, yeah. Posey's dope, man. I talk to Posey a lot about nutrition and everything that's happening in wrestling. Posey's jacked, bro. So like,
yes, dude.
Man, even for his age to this day, like he that's my guy. We talk about nutrition. We also talk about like all the wrestling companies, compare and contrast, and we talk about Eddie every once in a while too. So
that's awesome. All right.
Yeah.
We've been through all the refs. We've talked about you and whatnot. And I kind of want to make sure we nail this question, but what is sort of your proudest moment so far?
My proudest moment so far. It wouldn't even be wrestling, to be honest. It would be like, it wouldn't be any of the matches I officiated, it would honestly be the card, because getting on the upper deck card, for the simple fact that, bro, like, what is life? Yeah,
Right?
I literally posted that, well, not that one, but there was a card that I saw of me, and I posted on Instagram. I was like, bro, this can't be real. Like, is this a dream? Like, who would have thought? I'm not even here for, it's not about me, bro. I'm just a ref. But the fact that we have, they allow us, AEW is so kind to allow us these type of opportunities is freaking wild to me. It's something that
Right.
I'll never be able to get over. So that to me is dope. Is my proudest moment. That, and also, all right, I have one more. That, and also, my son getting, having the opportunity to be able to watch me, perform. That's really like everything to me.
Oh my God. Oh,
Yeah.
I feel like we just gotta like stop it there, because like this whole podcast has been positive, but that's like the best, right? And I feel like this has covered all of the aspects, like coming up, opportunities, mental health, taking care of yourself, overcoming obstacles, and all this stuff. Like you are like almost the poster child of like what we expect in a human being. If that makes any sense at all.
It's too
I'm just
kind.
like this. You are killing it, and you're making life. You're living life to the fullest, and you're just doing
Yeah.
so good. And I appreciate you so much. And I want to know before I sign off and do my whole spiel at the end, what are you looking forward to next? Like, what do you want to see from yourself in the next few years as you're at AEW?
I want to be able to, I feel like I want to get into a position where I am, man, there's so much to do, honestly. Like, I feel like we have so much opportunities as refs in this game, and I want to maximize, improve, and be able to be on the main card. Obviously, that's one of the goals, but also like travel outside of the US.
Mhm.
That's always been a goal, and perform in front of, like, people that speak different languages. That's what I want to do. And when I get to a certain, stage, give back, man. Give back, because like you said, we got to leave this better than we found it.
Mm.
I love it.
Yeah.
Honestly, this has been like genuinely, and maybe one day I'll tell you exactly why. But this has been such a great eye-opening conversation for me personally, and
Oh,
and it's really inspiring. And I think that
Super.
you've had an incredible story so far. You should be really proud of how far you've come, Brandon. It's been amazing having you on the show today.
thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you guys.
And thank you, Brandon Martinez, for being here on AEW Unrestricted. You can follow Brandon on X and Instagram. And AEW Unrestricted is sponsored in part by Upper Deck. Collect your favorite wrestlers and referees in 2025 Upper Deck AEW and start your trading card collection today. Unwrap autograph memorabilia or premium tech inserts. Visit upperdeck.com to learn more. You can listen to and follow this podcast, AEW Unrestricted, at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. I can still say that. And check out the video episodes on our YouTube at AEW Unrestricted. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And if you're not an AEW insider, become one. Get early access to ticket pre-sales, special merchandise offers, and more straight to your inbox. Sign up today at AEWTix.com. And don't forget AEW Dynamite on TBS Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and streaming on Max. AEW Collision every Saturday on TNT and streaming on Max. ROH streams every Thursday on Honor Club. I'm Will Washington. She is Aubrey Edwards. For our guest, Brandon Martinez. We'll see you next time and have a great day. Peace.